Recognizing disinterest early is one of the most valuable skills you can develop in dating and relationships, because it allows you to protect your energy and avoid getting caught in situations where you're giving far more than you're receiving. Many people overlook or ignore early signs because they're caught up in attraction, hope, or the desire to see things work out. It's easy to mistake politeness or occasional engagement for genuine interest, but the reality is, interest shows itself consistently. When someone is truly into you, they make time, they engage, and they show curiosity about your life. Right? They don't leave you guessing or wondering where you stand. The problem is that emotions can blur your perception. You might tell yourself she's just busy, shy, or going through something, when in reality, she's simply not prioritizing you. By learning to read her actions without overinterpreting her words, you can see the truth more clearly. People reveal their intentions far more through consistent behavior than through what they say in the moment. This is why spotting disinterest early is so crucial. It saves you from emotional investment in someone who is never going to reciprocate at the level you deserve. Understanding these signs is not about becoming cynical or assuming the worst. It's about valuing your time, self-respect, and emotional well-being. When you see that someone isn't showing up for you, it's not a reflection of your worth. It's simply an indication that the connection isn't mutual. The earlier you accept this, the sooner you can step back, avoid unnecessary heartbreak, and redirect your attention to people who genuinely want to be part of your life. The right person will not make you feel uncertain, overlooked, or unimportant. They will make their interests clear. You won't have to guess. Asterisk, one of the clearest and most common signs that a woman isn't truly interested is when she's consistently hard to reach or vague about plans. In the early stages of attraction, people who genuinely want to connect will naturally make time to talk and see each other. She's slow to reply, giving short or lukewarm answers, or repeatedly saying she's busy without offering an alternative. It's usually a red flag. Yes, life can be hectic, but genuine interest finds a way through busy schedules. Even a quick message or a simple, "I can't talk now, but I'll get back to you," it's a sign of someone who cares about keeping communication alive. If instead you find yourself waiting hours, even days, for a response only to get one word, answers, it's an indicator she's not prioritizing the interaction. The same principle applies to making plans. A woman who's interested will either commit to a time, or, if she can't, she'll suggest another. When someone wants to see you, they look for opportunities to make it happen. If she's always saying maybe, "I'll let you know," or avoiding specifics, it usually means she's keeping her options open. This isn't about one-off cancellations or occasional busyness. It's about a consistent pattern of non-commitment. When you're always the one initiating plans and she never follows through or locks in details, it puts you in the position of chasing someone who's not meeting you halfway. That imbalance can leave you feeling undervalued and drained. Respect yourself enough to recognize when the effort is one-sided. It's better to pull back than to keep investing in someone who's not showing the same enthusiasm. It's mutual interest is always clear. It doesn't leave you confused or waiting in uncertainty. If she's not making time for you now, she's unlikely to make time later. Asterisk, another strong indicator of low interest is when conversations never move beyond the surface level. In the early stages of connection, people who are genuinely intrigued by you will want to explore more than just polite small talk. They'll dig deeper, ask thoughtful questions, and show curiosity about your life, your opinions, and your experiences. If instead, every exchange feels shallow, predictable, or transactional, it can be a sign she's not truly invested. You might notice she rarely asks follow-up questions, changes the subject quickly, or keeps responses short and vague, as if she's participating just enough to keep the conversation alive, but not enough to form a real connection. This lack of depth is telling because meaningful connections are built on emotional engagement. When someone wants to know you, they naturally want to peel back the layers, your passions, your struggles, your dreams. If she never ventures into these areas, she might be avoiding intimacy altogether. You might find that you're always the one steering the discussion, trying to keep it interesting or personal, while she passively responds without contributing much. Over time, this dynamic can feel one-sided and exhausting, leaving you wondering if she's talking to you out of obligation rather than genuine desire. It's important to remember that communication is not just about words, it's about the energy and intention behind them. When there's interest, the conversation flows. When there isn't, it feels like work. If you constantly feel like you're carrying the dialogue, or if the interaction never progresses past basic pleasantries, it's a sign to take a step back. True attraction and connection naturally create depth. And when it's missing, it's better to recognize it early than to keep pushing for something that isn't there. Physical interaction is one of the most telling aspects of attraction. And when it's missing or deliberately avoided, it can be a clear signal that she doesn't see you in a romantic way. In the early stages of interest, many women will express attraction through subtle body language, leaning in while you talk, making eye contact that lingers, lightly touching your arm during conversation, or finding excuses to be physically close. These small gestures may seem insignificant, but they carry a lot of meaning. They create a sense of connection and intimacy without words. If you notice, she avoids physical closeness, steps back when you move toward her, or appears stiff and uncomfortable when casual touches occur, it's worth paying attention. Sometimes the absence of these signals is even more telling than their presence. She may sit far away, avoid brushing shoulders, or keep her arms crossed as a subconscious barrier. While it's important to always respect personal space and boundaries, complete lack of warmth or playfulness in physical interactions often means she's keeping you in the friend zone. Flirting also tends to disappear when romantic interest is absent. Playful teasing, suggestive smiles, or even lighthearted compliments usually come naturally when someone feels attraction. If your interactions feel purely formal, transactional, or platonic, she may not be feeling that spark. It's not about pushing for physical contact. It's about noticing whether it happens naturally and comfortably. Physical attraction and emotional closeness often go hand in hand. When one is absent, it's usually a reflection of how she feels about the other. If she consistently maintains distance and avoids physical connection, it's a sign she's drawing a clear line in her mind about the nature of your relationship. Recognizing this early helps you avoid misreading her intentions. One of the clearest and most direct signs that she's not interested in you romantically is when she openly talks about other men she likes or is dating. When a woman is genuinely attracted to someone, she usually avoids mentioning other potential partners because she wants to keep the focus on building chemistry with you. She's bringing up a crush, sharing stories about dates with other guys, or casually mentioning how attractive someone else is. She's likely signaling that she sees you in a non-romantic way. This can be intentional, as a gentle way to set boundaries, or unintentional, simply because she doesn't consider your relationship to have romantic potential. Some men hear this and assume it's a test meant to provoke jealousy. But in most cases, it's simply transparency, her way of making her position clear without having to say it outright. It's important not to twist this into a challenge or an invitation to compete. If she's genuinely interested in another man, that's where her focus will be. And no amount of extra effort from you will shift her attention in a lasting way. Hearing about other men can be disappointing or even hurtful, but it's actually a gift in disguise. It's her way of showing you where you stand, so you don't waste time or emotional energy pursuing something that isn't mutual. The healthiest response is to take her words at face value and accept the reality of the situation. When someone shows you they're not interested, believe them. Instead of trying to change your mind, redirect your focus toward people who genuinely want to know you, spend time with you, and build something real. The right woman won't talk about other men in a way that makes you question her interest. She'll make her feelings for you unmistakable.